welcome. Welcome back to the Realist Podcast. Yeah, we are back. Hey, we got a newcomer. But he's, somehow not a newcomer because you got to understand this is one of the most uh, uh, super cool brothers that I have ever, been accompanied with because that's my brother. This is Nicholas Cox, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of my friends. Let me get my camera straight. I gotta get Jordan in here because he's like a, when you understand what we were capable of together, we have that type of Jordan energy with each other because of just sheer friendship. Sure,
You
knowing how to
Jordan.
respect.
You Jordan. I'm pimping. You Jordan, my nigga. I'm pimping.
Salute my brother. But anyway, yeah, anything when you talk about like this is a very pivotal point for the Willis podcast simply because everybody go through trials and tribulations and we try to find our spaces and how we truly want to operate in this 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 stratosphere on the internet called YouTube and this social media apparatus. We got a multitude of apparatuses, so we gotta figure out is this something we want to do? Is it something that we're capable of doing? Is it something you feel like doing? But I can tell you one entertaining, edutaining. I call him, well, he's a super being because he's my brother. We super beings. We did 8 years. I did 8 years in the Marine Corps. We found each other in the Marine Corps. We had a couple years of. See, the thing is, when you spend every single day with a person and your whole life is about survival, that amalgamation of years kind of have they collect, they add up day by day, add up like month by month. So I want to introduce you to one of my greatest friends on the planet. We've been knowing each other damn near 30 years. This is my brother Nicholas Leon Cox, man. This is my brother. This is the start of the Cox Chronicles or whatever the fuck we're gonna pivot on to next. But goddamn, he awakes. This is what we're doing tonight. The night show is called the AfterMath, New Beginnings, because this electrifying human being right now is just he sees something special. So I'm gonna let him get off, and I want him to introduce himself and let you guys know where we putting a little paint where it ain't. And he gonna start off where he what we've been talking about, man. So go ahead to your debut. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome, one of my greatest friends on the planet, my brother Nicholas Leon Cox, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah,
True facts, my guy. True facts. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. It's been a long time coming. I've been ducking for a minute. My dude Willis, he been on me hard, like bruh. And just certain circumstances in life, I call it divine timing. Certain circumstances in life, you just got to sit back and how home chicks say on The Color Purple, you got to sit back and see what color the wall turn. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So now that we know what color the wall turn, you know what I'm saying? Now we know what it is. So I've been quiet for a long time. I've been in the background. Me and my guy, we chop it up quite often about all types of things. And I feel like I've been in the background as sort of a brain trust, you know what I'm saying? As sort of a think tank, you know what I'm saying? Me and my guy, we chop it. But he been telling me, man, Brad, come on, what you waiting on? I'm like, no, they ain't ready for me, bro. No. But lo and behold, after many years, after many, long hours of my guy sitting here like, bruh, I need you, man. Come on. They ready. Come on. I'm like, all right, bruh. All right, come on, let's do it. And so here we are, man. Here we are. And like you said, after about 30 years of knowing this man, 24, 25 plus years of knowing this man, like, yeah, he is one of my oldest and dearest friends. He is one of the few people in my life who knows me and what I've been through, what I'm capable of. And I want to say thank you, bruh, because you gave me my flowers while I could still smell them, and I appreciate you for it. So here I am. You don't have to ask me no more, my guy. Here I am. We finna do it.
I fucking love it, goddamn. Hey, man, I'm happy I was able to be as persuasive and diligent and believing and knowing, your capabilities, man.
Inspiration, inspired me. You inspired me up on. Come on.
Say what now?
That persuasive and inspiring. You actually inspired me to go ahead and jump out there. So yeah, very much so. Very much so. A person who I hold near and dear to my heart as well.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get into some whip moments, man, because you know how we do. First of all, we just got to get into the bigger introduction of you. We've been knowing each other since 2000, since 1998, ladies and gentlemen. When I entered the Marine Corps, when I had just got back off of leave from leaving communication school in 29 Palms, California, you know, there was this so-called, you know, this infamous cat, Cox, super smart. He was like, they was like, he's going to train you. He's going to show you. Regardless of the trials and tribulations, he'll be able to show you the ropes and not to go through what he go through. So, I've always had I was a boot to him. Like, he was in my unit before I became Willis. He was there before me. So even though he was a private, you got to understand the Marine Corps has a pecking order, and even we have actual levels of pecking orders, because the thing is, if you don't have the stripes, you don't get to come back and you got them you like that. So you got to go through this sort of, like, even though you went through boot camp. Well, first, yeah, you went through boot. Well, you had to get through the late entry, go to boot camp. When you went to boot camp, you had to go to MCT. So you have these multitude levels of vetting, right? So when I first got to my motherfucking unit, they was like, "Hey, that dude is Willis got a lot of talent, Willis." And then I knew how to respect rank, because I know one thing: when you go through comm school, when you experience a little bit of fleet, one thing, motherfucker be a private, but he got game on you, leverage. He can, you don't, rank ain't everything, especially in the Marine Corps, because the type of Marines me and Nick was like, we're off brand. We came in the 90s. So we don't do the whole, you can talk to me crazy, because, I mean, regardless of the circumstances, you can get your ass.
We could see about
We can
it.
see about it. So I want you to elaborate more on that, simply because, we share that together. So go ahead, my brother. You got the floor.
What am I elaborating on? About the fact that we finna see about it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what it was. Like, not to go a whole lot into my story and, like, things that I went through. But to sum it up, I'll say, I love the Marine Corps. Love the Corps. My beloved. But there were times and periods where Willis, I'm trying to be politically correct. But I'm just gonna go ahead and
I
say
need
it.
to talk, man. You know how I get out on the show.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Take the brakes off, yo.
I was a bad motherfucker. I was a bad man, and I experienced a lot of hardship. And we talked about this earlier. And it took me years to realize that it was based solely upon white male insecurity, because we were young beasts. We were young beasts, and and that frightened a lot of people, because we were the epitome of, and that frightened a lot of people. And so, in my case in particular, I ran into a lot of opposition just based on, like Willis was telling you earlier, just based on talent. just based on talent, just based on being innately able to do things that other people consider to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
So we was just being us. We was just doing what we do, you know. And yeah, that was my experience. That was my experience, and I thank God for it. You know, even to this day, I thank God for it because it shaped me. It made me the man who I am today. It taught me a lot. It taught me how to adapt and overcome in all situations. And yeah,
So I just want to dig a little deeper with you on that because, well, you know, in my studies, and you know, it doesn't take you to be a doctor. It doesn't take you to be a goddamn a genealogist. It takes a couple of trips around the world, like we didn't have. We done had a couple trips around the world. Couple, right, right. Yeah, man,
it's on.
we did this shit
Yeah,
together. We done had a couple of trips around the
it's on.
motherfucking world. Marine Corps dime too. So, um, when the world, we was 18, 19 years old.
Babies.
When we was in Palma, you remember we was in Palma? Oh no, it was in Palma, Palma, Spain, and
Mm-hmm.
that beautiful African hooker. She looked at my face. She said, "You're Amaru. You are the most beautiful black boy I've ever seen in my life." You remember that shit?
Yeah,
This is a
the little blonde haired lady. Or
that
you talking about
black
somebody
ass
else?
blood, yeah. And I'm like, she you, she knew I wasn't African. Looked at me and my phenotype and face. She said, oh, I met like damn near I met one. I met a real Indian from the West.
We
That's
got that everywhere we went, though. We got that
every
everywhere,
fucking
everywhere. Italy, Spain,
man,
Korea. It
Korea,
didn't matter. They
Japan.
just want to walk up. They want to walk up and touch you. Yeah.
You're real. You you're like,
And it's funny you should mention that because that was one of the talking points when I got back as a young dude, and I could see these brothers like, you know what I'm saying, like
yeah.
just throw it off for whatever reason. I used to always tell them like, bro, you need to get out of the United States. You need to get out of the United States. You need to go around. You need to see something
But
because
not to go
not
fucking
yeah, not to leave, just to
not to
experience
leave.
it, just to experience what it's like to get genuine love from people. You know what I'm saying? Like because here, a lot of young folks they don't have that experience, and they grow up and they end up feeling like they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody love me. I'm just a N-word. I'm just this. Yeah. But you go to other places, man,
You're
and
not
yeah,
that. You're
they
damn
love
the
you.
God. You're damn the God in another place. Me and this man been to every we've been to probably like we have countries we have been through and even was able to drive through and go across. We have been able to do things and see things that it went on our dime. We had a mind to explore. And those people, whether we were in Europe, Eastern Europe, Upper Africa, Mediterranean, Iberian Peninsula, down in damn Sicily or Italy, you know what those people saw the original Amaru as? God. God. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. They
Yeah,
saw
it's
me.
no exaggeration.
I know
It's
how
no
that.
exaggeration.
This is not this. I know this to be. I've experienced this my goddamn self, and I'm so happy. I'm so thoroughly appreciative that I have a brother, a real live, unadulterated, solid ass Marine. I mean, ain't and motherfucking had the easiest time in the motherfucking Corps either. Like I had a what you would call a Cinderella crash course career because it was Cinderella in the beginning because when I had all my peoples around me that fuck me love me in the Marine Corps, we was good. As soon as I took my ass up there to Quantico and I had this what you would call this political apparatus, I knew it wasn't my place. I'm a grunt raised Marine. I ain't no I wasn't raised in Quan. I was raised in 3rd Battalion 8th Marine
In the
grunts,
trenches. In
the
the
Fleet
trenches.
Marine Force. You know what I'm saying?
The
We
trenches.
the most highest deployed battalion in the Marine Corps from 1996 to 2002. You talking about one of the bad? We talking about what? We talking about us? Me and this motherfucker here. This motherfucker here. Some of the baddest motherfucking Marines life have ever fucking seen. We have done the most. We done been on the battlefield. We know how to kill. He was a machine gunner. He was on a machine gun team. He was alert. I ran wire for the whole goddamn base in Kosovo, damn near single-handedly, with a broke dick bitch Marine that wanted to be something that he wasn't. He wanted to be tough, but he couldn't even goddamn run wire because his ankles were brittle.
I could have helped you out, bro, but once they found out, look,
Go ahead. You got it.
I was gonna say I could have helped you out, bro, but once they found out I could shoot, boy, it was over with. It was like, oh, you can shoot? Yeah, we got something for you. You ever heard, look, they're like, you ever heard of an M240 Golf? Stand by. You could have loved it. You could have loved it.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, and that was me. That was me. Vance Party.
Advanced party with me, digging trenches. I had to dig the wire 3 feet with a fucking E-tube just to make sure.
While he digging, I had his back. While he was digging, I had his back. I was in a hole in the middle of a cornfield, looking down on this road, making sure that didn't nobody try to backdoor us.
Hold on, and A gunners.
Mm-hmm. That's how, yeah, looking down that damn through that corn, corn forever. Good times, good times, good times, good times.
Yeah, you talking people that had to do this thing called repetition. So the one thing that can make you a very extremely powerful person is repetition, doing some shit over and over again, getting good at it, and never losing sight of the actual goal. That's fucking power. See, I want Nix to elaborate because he understands exactly. I just need his notion, his perspective. So go ahead, brother. You got
it. What you asked me to elaborate?
Elaborate.
What you asked me to elaborate?
Repetition and how it took us repetition, training, practice, being in the field, understanding the elements. They don't understand how hard Marines really.
Marine Corps shit. You just want me to tell them like Marine Corps shit. Well, all right.
Give them a little dose of how training wasn't just familiarization. You have to be the master at your craft, whatever the fuck you did. I'm gonna let it go. I want you to talk about that.
Well, shit. I mean, it's pretty much like a 9 to 5. Like a lot of people think, like, I don't know what a lot of people think like the military and the Marine Corps is, but it literally is like a 9 to 5. Like we wake up every day, like we going to work. You know, peacetime, wartime, it doesn't matter. Every day you waking up and you're gonna do your job, even if that means cleaning and preparing equipment that you cleaned and prepared yesterday. Let that sink in. Like cleaning and preparing equipment that you cleaned and prepared yesterday. The way the Marine Corps think, anything could have happened while you were asleep. Do it again. Do it again. And after you get done doing it again, do it again. Just to see, we need to do it again after we do it again. Because Lord forbid we should have to do it again.
Do it again.
you know, that's just what it is. Repetition, repetition, repetition. But we had some of the cleanest equipment on the Eastern Seaboard. Because yeah,
you know what? To be honest with you,
you got. No, I was gonna say from I would say 7 a.m. because we was usually up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning for PT. We're gonna do that every day. The Marine Corps is gonna make you exercise every freaking day. There's not no, oh, I don't feel like it today, or I'm gonna take a pass today, or I'll meet y'all at the shop after I get done. No, none of that. 4:30, 5 o'clock. You better have them little green shorts on, your little go fasters. Let's get it. Cause yeah, we got shit to do. We got a whole lot to do before 6 a.m. You know what they say? Oh, we do more before 6 a.m. than most people do all day. They not playing. They not playing. Yeah. By the time 6 a.m. rolled around, we done ran about 5 or 6 miles, done all kind of calisthenics and crazy stuff. Went back home, took a shower, went and got breakfast at the chow hall. And by the time 7 o'clock hit, we just now hitting the shop. And yeah, you got a full day ahead of you. Because you ain't gonna get off about what, 4:30, 5 o'clock, if you lucky. If ain't nothing, if we ain't really preparing for nothing,
I'm popping.
Regular day.
Don't let shit come down that blotter at 3:15. And you got 4 hours added to your day just to fuck with your pussy.
Go get cow.
Nothing all day. Go ahead, you got it.
Go get cow, and then bring your ass back to the shop. We got shit to do. Hoorah! Let's get it. So yeah, when he say repetition, oh yeah, repetition on top of repetition on top of repetition, and then once you done repetitioning, yeah, we gonna fly you halfway across the country and then put you in a scenario to where you can further hone your skills. We gonna put you. We gonna put you in a situation.
Don't think you just did this shit for nothing. Oh no. There was a whole goddamn fucking schematical plan to put every goddamn thing you ever thought you could learn into specific motion. Bitch, you better be ready, bitch. Who you what? You thought we were playing? Take it away. Get them, Nick.
Oh yeah. And there was many times where, like, yeah, when it's time to put everything into action, ain't no excuses. And they timing you. That was, I don't know about you, but for me, that was the craziest part. Knowing that you being put into an environment where, niggas is at your head anyway. Motherfuckers is at your head.
It's designed that way. Shit. It's just like, fuck.
And then on top of that,
go ahead.
On top of that, the clock is ticking. Set my damn camp up right now. This person, that person, and this person need a phone. Run it. Clock is ticking.
Fuck out my
face. You need what? Help. It get to a point where you already know, like, you know what? Let me go ahead and handle business because there is no help. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody coming.
So
ain't nobody coming. Good time.
You are the forward, and the main is on schedule. You are in a motherfucking territory that is completely uninhabitable. But guess what you got? You have an E-tool. And you got a whole bunch of tools under the Humvee that we done gave you. I don't give a fuck what piece of land you a Marine. There is nothing inhabitable for you. All you have to do is put one foot in front of the motherfucking other and keep on trotting, bitch. Now get to work and shut your complaining ass up before I goddamn shoot you in your fucking face. I know somebody can do it. You a goddamn expendable piece of shit. You like, well, I'm really not. Yes, you is. You know how many people want your spot? So everything is a competition, and it's not. Everything is survival, and it's family and camaraderie. Everything is suitable until you say it ain't, and you better make it suitable because don't nobody give a fuck how you feel. You choose You can pick all these points in time to make them work for you like you should, but if you don't, I promise you, you're fucking gonna pay. And they gonna make sure you pay. And you ain't gonna pay one time. The Marine Corps has a specific problem with taxing motherfuckers for just not liking you. And they just
Marine
like to
Corps is the
over.
home of the mental mind fuck. If you ever wanna, if you ever want to play some mental games, if you ever like really want to know how to fuck with a motherfucker without really having to fuck with a motherfucker, Marine Corps, Marine Corps, hands down, hands down. Like I said, I love it to death. Wouldn't trade it for the world. But if we gonna be honest, if you ever want to know how to mess with somebody's head, join the Marine Corps. Go ahead, I dare you. Join the Corps.
I fucking dare you.
Join the
Go in there.
Corps.
So you talking two motherfuckers, for families from Alabama. He live in my hometown. Our both families Alabama, Mississippi now. But when you talking about Aboriginal, that's who I'm talking to. This cat here, we family members in all actually.
Derived from. That's what that
Alabama,
ad means.
Mississippian culture. That's Yamasee. That's Mississippian. That was the first arrivals, not arrivals, but up from the soil type of people from this country. This right here. So we met each other. We went from maroon to marine. In that order, from being a birthed son of the soil of North America, a Maruka. You went from the soil of being from maroon to a marine, because that's how much we love this country. I don't like robbers and thieves. We've been putting up with them when we saw them, and but we understand them people. We got it's a very complicated situation. But when you have new thieves, and when you try to tell your story with people that you think, because they got your same melanated equation, you think they like you. You think we friends. You think that.
I seen
You
that
the
show.
only we was the only one, we both Pan-Africanists at one point in time. We were just a little slow and thinking that y'all supposed to be on our side. Y'all supposed to see how things work. We don't see it as how you see it. I'm this and you are
Well, I
that.
think we all was at some point. I think
Yeah,
we all was at some point.
I can admit. I mean, I shared that notion until I was shown in real fucking time. Not by all, because we got friends like Sobe, C Love, Africans. People we fuck with, right? But for those that just so happen to come here, you like, I think I'm supposed to experience the same thing that I know with my African brothers that I was in the Marine Corps with, like Sobe and C Love, like people that you fuck with, and what we know, and that we know will never defile us. We got a different whole kind of different. We know each other's families and shit. We solid, but we took that as, well, all Africans are supposed to feel like that when they come over here and see us. We're great.
Not the case. Not the case at all.
No.
And I saw your show, bro. I saw your show with you and the good doctor. And I just think I told you, I really wanted to be a part of that show, that particular show, because I feel like there was a lot of
Teachable moment.
double talking. It was a lot of double talking. It was a lot of like there was a lot of instances where y'all wasn't talking about the same thing. There was a lot of instances where I feel like understandings weren't being reached. There was no commonality And one of the main things I wanted to touch on with that particular individual was this notion of like black, white, and all of that right there. Now, don't get me wrong. We are all black culturally because that's how we grew up. All of us grew up right here in the United States, living a black life culturally. However, when you grow, you begin to know. Like if you when you know better, you do better. When you understand things a little bit better, you have a better understanding of what they are. And if I had the chance to chime in when you guys were having that discussion, I would ask the question, sir, can you please tell me what is a black person? And the reason I say that is because I challenge anybody to show me on a map anywhere on the planet where black people come from. It doesn't exist. Same can be said for white people. It only exists. And when Trump said that, oh, this is the only country. This is the only country where we do this type of thing, and we refer to people by colors and everything. And it went over a lot of people's head. It went over a lot of people's head because you can't tell most people that they ain't black. You can't tell most people that they ain't white. Even though, like I said, when you know better, you understand and you do better. White and black are both property classifications under color of law. As a black person, there's certain privileges that come along with that. As a white person, there's certain privileges that come along with that. Let's break that down. As a black person, you get civil rights. You get the civil right. We had the civil rights movement, and it's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers. Oh, Malcolm and Martin, that everybody fought for our civil rights and all this.
13th and 14th, right? 13th.
Yeah, the 13th and the 14th. We get all of that. But what is the civil right? What does civil rights actually afford you? Civil rights afford you the opportunity to beg people who don't like you to be nice to you for the rest of your life. Please be civil to me. Please be kind to me. Can I eat next to you at the restaurant? Please, sir. Please.
And who did that benefit? White women?
So let's talk about white people. As a white person, you also are afforded privileges. You know what white privilege is? White privilege is the ability to walk around and behave as if you are me. I'll let that sink in for a second.
That means white people. Let's be real clear, so that we can take all the sting and all of the what you would call.
No, just facts, people. Whoever see this, no hatred, just facts.
Just facts. White people are not indigenous to the Americas, no matter how much you feel like you have conquered something, because the thing is, when you have never done things that were actual or legal, then that's still up. It's still up. Like you think that you like, we got it now. No. You understand? You bear the skin complexion of a European. You can never just go all over the world and claim a different nationality because you feel like it. That's what you call "I'm white now say so" practices. But everybody knows you're European, but you. You sit up here would tell yourself, I'm an American, and then just lose your shit and go batshit crazy because someone tell you, but where's your be for real? Where your parents from? Where your grandparents from? Where your great grand? You can't possibly be.
You are the descendant of Europeans. Plain and simple.
And simple. Don't get emotional. Back it up there. Back all that Back all that hostility that you got right now. Just hold that. Don't do it. Think about what I'm explaining to you, because I'm not telling you to hate yourself. I'm telling you to understand that you're not an Aboriginal American. You are a part of an ethnogenesis class too that somehow have been here for 500 years due to a false notion and misconception called manifest destiny.
That part right there. That
That's
part right there.
that's about where you stop acting as if that shit ain't true. That's when you stop thinking that that shit was true. That's when you stop and understand and take a step back to say, I am an invader.
Hmm.
I took a country and I cannot act as if I'm proud of it. I just have to accept the fact that I went through a notion and continue to go and pursue a notion that has been false from my illegitimate ancestors that were children and very, very feeble-minded when they went on with this quest in the first place. They have always been very not so smart. You dressed well, but you couldn't think. These are facts.
Hmm.
You can deal with that shit and carve it up as you may. You have never been a good steward of learning and listening. You have been a very good mimicker, taker, deceiver, colonizer, and destroyer, just like your African fathers.
Conquest. That's all. You know, the
Your
European
African
has of history.
fathers too. That's why
Yeah.
some people ain't want to deal with the fact that Europeans didn't know nothing and they learned everything from being conquered. And they weren't
Yeah,
even
I
conquered.
was kind of taken aback when he said, "Oh, the Dark Ages was a farce."
Oh my God.
Hmm? Hmm?
We ain't gonna say no
Was
names,
it
but a
now?
farce. Who could
Was it
go ahead?
now?
Please elaborate and go get some depth in that. I know you got it. You the man. Go get them. What it is.
In order for me to break that down, you already have to have an understanding of things that have already been established. As far as the European, the Caucasian coming from the Caucasus, and all that other stuff. Like, what do you think was going on when they were dwelling in the caves, when they didn't have language, when they didn't have all of this stuff? It wasn't until Moses, depending on who you talk to, he might go by a different name, but it wasn't until
I cannot.
someone came to uplift you from your fallen state after being expelled from Africa and marched across the desert. We ain't gonna talk about that because that's a ritual practice that's still practiced today in some orders. But that's a story for another day. Crossing that desert, was you riding or was you walking? And if you know, you know. I ain't got to go off into it. But if you know, you know. Was you riding or was you walking when you cross the desert? These are ritual practices that the European know that they still practice to this day when they go in their little places and they
Pilgrimages? Where you think this shit?
yeah.
Where you think this shit come from? A pilgrimage.
So to argue these points is asinine because especially when the way he was trying to go about it, because this is stuff. This ain't what I say. This ain't what the Will Is podcast. This is established. This is established. Not just melanated people. This is established by other Europeans that will tell you who know exactly what's what. Thank you. All day long. This is not nothing new. But when we say it,
It's crime.
yeah, Oh, you're preaching hate speech. That's funny.
And what word? What
By calling you what you are, I'm preaching hatred. I don't hate you. Matter of fact, if we really gonna look at it, there's a group of people on this planet who have exhibited hate for centuries, and
unadulterated too.
they don't look like me. They don't look like me. That's all I'm saying. They don't look like me or anybody I know. Like, yeah. IJS.
So, and then you got, it's hard to address a situation like this to people because they don't even understand that those type of things. See what I'm saying? Don't even understand what they buy into. Don't understand what they defend. You don't even know what you defending.
I think that's like, in my opinion, it was so important to understand that like this is what's gonna be the hang up when it comes to what old buddy was talking about, what the good doctor was talking about when he was talking about Pan-Africanism. I understand the sentiment. I understand.
We understand.
I understand I understand the idea of what you're talking about. But the reality is that foreign people who come over to the United States, foreign military to the United States, do not hold us in the same esteem. They do not. They don't come over here with a brotherhood mentality. They come over here with an exploitative mentality. I'm finna come over here and I'm finna get this money and I'm finna do what I do. And all the while, I'm going to maintain my culture.
Maintain my culture and flex on your ass and tell you, and then get to do this.
And make you feel like a second-class citizen in your country. That's why I was looking at it like, man, you must ain't never been cussed out by a Nigerian. You must ain't never been looked at sideways by a Somalian. You must ain't never been called a nigga by a Mexican. Boy, stop.
Don't get your ass out of here.
I just couldn't understand where he was coming from because, like, yeah, huh? Like when the whole ICE thing started, and our Latino brothers and sisters, I love them to death. I quite honestly, I eat like a Mexican. I eat tacos quite often.
Well, don't we got a history of coming from the Yucatan? Wasn't the Yucatan? Well, ain't that the Olmecs? I mean, you got the Mississippi, but who says the Olmecs or the Mississippian is older than one or the other? Why they can't be the same? They ain't that far from each other. We are supreme seafarers. We understand how to build every goddamn thing. So why I always, when it comes to culture.
Well, you might have to edit this. I just realized I know I didn't use some language that, what I'm saying, may not be appropriate for this platform.
Sure, but I mean, we good. We good.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. All I'm saying is, who's to say, because this is one thing I know about my people. I've shared multiple stories of our vulture DNA because of, we when you in the Marine Corps, when you got so much fucking time, those are lessons to learn how to utilize your time, even at the time with yourself. And when you start to discover how and who and what you are, I mean, those things take on a whole nother kind of different path and identity with how you carve and walk your path every fucking day. So you always got to put a little time into it. And we discovered that we've been doing the same thing. Damn, how many cops? Damn, knowing each other 30 years, we're doing the same shit, more than 15 apart. More than 15 apart. So, when you hit me on Facebook, you like, hey, bro, goddamn, what man, you just not waking up or something? And you like, no, that nigga ain't just waking up. He don't give a fuck no
So,
more.
and when you stop giving a fuck, you like, bro, come on, let's go, let's get him. I'm like, nah, bro, it ain't time yet. They ain't ready. It ain't time yet. It ain't time yet. You're like, man, your story is something dynamic, bro. They need to hear it. You got to, no, they ain't ready for it, bro. They ain't ready for it. There's a lot of people that counted me out. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. I be walking around this bitch feeling like 50. Many men, many men. Wish step on me, but I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold.
Yo, yeah.
And that's what they scared of, boy. That's what they create the monster and then be scared of it. Like, oh, we thought he was gonna die, but he lived. Now we got to deal with it. Oh Lord. We counted him out. We thought we had him. But he's still here.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Motherfucker,
Now
whole
you
shit.
got to deal with it.
Like, wait till, and then you like, wait a minute. He see me? Yeah, I see your motherfucker. Oh God, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it
come on
like
with
that.
it.
I like it like that because that lets you know
Oh, yeah.
whenever I decide to get your ass, whenever I make that goddamn decision, I promise you're gonna be at my mercy. Yeah, it's like that. That's what it is. My brother, how long does it take to learn how to set your sights on somebody, know how they operate? When we've been taught this shit, I'm talking about every fucking thing that we was taught. We was taught subconscious shit, inside of learning shit, being in foreign countries, foreign nations. So you got to understand how to understand how they sleeved us up with all these different types of fucking formulations of how to be a liar, how to be a cheat, a thief, how to steal. They taught us all this shit.
Because you might need it, nigga. You might need it.
You might need it, nigga.
Mm.
You don't
Yeah,
never want to show.
fuck around and get isolated. Yeah, you can be as isolated as you want to. Don't miss movement. Don't miss movement. Don't miss the movement.
You will be taught how to pull off every fucking thing that you can possibly do to survive. But you know what you cannot do? You can't do it to home. You cannot do it to your fellow brother, and you cannot do it to your fellow American. See, man, this man on
This
this podcast,
is why a
right here,
lot of us spend a tremendous amount of time by ourselves, bro.
this man right here, I do the podcast with. See, the difference is, I did a podcast with, fellow subject. Can't say names, don't want to be sued, nothing like that. So we're gonna say this right here. I had to go back to the root, and that's why I pushed my brother so hard. I'm like, we pretty rooted, brother. I mean, it's something we can really, we rooted. So, and I had to say, damn, one thing about this man was treated like a criminal and still love America the way I do today. We was not treated the same in the United States Marine Corps. I was a golden child, and he was more so a villain. But the one thing
Puller,
that you
right?
do,
I think that's what we said earlier. I was a chesty puller Marine.
just to pull him a ring, goddammit. So,
I'll
one
take
thing
it.
about but the thing about him, Nicholas Cox love America like I do. We done fought, we done killed, we have survived, we have said one thing. We'll do it all over again just because I love this fucking country now. We done fought in every war. Our people, our ancestors, our parents, our great grandparents, everybody. Everybody that we know in every fucking generation in this country since we've been fighting each other have been fighting for this motherfucking right to be who we are.
It's solo per sanguinum. It's solo per sanguinum. That's my motto. I live by it, and like whenever
Give one more
I'm
time for the people now. Give one more time for the people.
it's solo per sanguinum. That's Latin. That means by blood and by soil.
Blood and by
That is
soul.
my motto.
Period.
I've earned this. Period. Point blank. Et solo per sanguinum. By blood and by soil, I am an American.
An American. Y'all
And
better
I'm gonna
get that.
drink to that one. I'm gonna drink my Mexican beer to that one.
That's right, baby. Here we go. Anybody got a problem with that? That's their motherfucking problem. I put this country before I put anything. Before anything. See, the one thing about the Aboriginal, we understand one thing. Our tie to the land is the protection of the land. So therefore, when you start talking that old guala guala bullshit, or when you start talking that old white supremacist bullshit, we say that has no place here, no matter if I can win the fight or not. I'm going to tell you what's right and what's wrong. Because I have that right, not you. I feel like that's straight up. So y'all don't have no ties to it. You don't love it like I do. I said, bye.
You can pretend, though. You
Just
can
go
pretend.
fucking home. Go home. Pimp this.
Look, you can pretend, though, because that's what's been going on for years. It's been a whole lot of pretending and perpetrating the fraud and walking around acting like you somebody that you're not. And I think where a lot of people get kind of intimidated and get all flustered and stuff is because of the fact that it ain't just me, it ain't just Danny, it's a bunch of people who are finally starting to wake. Because I mean, once we moved into Aquarius, we left the Piscean age and moved into Aquarius. That's over with. So this is the age of knowing. This is the age of everything that's dark and hidden. This is the age of you got to tell the truth now, because people know you can't keep it hidden anymore. That's you lived and thrived and prospered and on the backs of the impoverished and the oppressed for centuries. Gave plenty of opportunity. You can go to Liberia. Oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do all of this. Oh, how about Ghana? Ghana's nice. You can do all of this. Why? Why would I leave what God gave me? Why would I leave what God gave me to go and try to help out Burkina Faso? Don't get me wrong. Love them. Love them. More power to them. I hope they continue on their rise. Keep on doing what you're doing. Because that's what y'all supposed to do in y'all land.
Just like what we did.
You're supposed to be doing in your land what I'm supposed to be doing in my land. What I'm supposed to be doing? Sitting back, continuing to allow foreigners, the descendants of colonizers, to this day pretend as though they are
black or white, and anything in between. You a descendant of a fucking colonizer because you're from the East. That's y'all shit. I'm sorry. Fuck it.
This is how, because you and your guest the other night, y'all kept on getting into it about whether or not European, colonizers and oppressors are worse than the melanated ones.
Yes!
I agree with you. I agree with you in terms of saying that the melanated ones are worse because a European can pretend to be the sovereign aboriginal of this landmass, but deep down, anybody with any good sense knows better. We don't go around saying that to y'all. We just kind of look at y'all like, yeah, all right, whatever. What is insidious though is the ones who look like us and want to come over here and get privilege and claim that this is where the whole delineation argument came from, because we had to as a people really sit back and say, well, what is an African American? What is that?
That ain't us.
It's kind of hard to say what it is when you actually have Africans coming over here claiming to be Americans and getting citizenship. So wouldn't they be African Americans? So
that's the only ones I know.
So what are we? What are we?
Aboriginal.
FBA, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of us had that lineage. A lot of us can trace our roots back, and a lot of us have been through
We
that.
know we
But
good with all that. We good with
yeah,
all that. All
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
me and you have to find this one thing, dude. We've been here before the fucking 1500. Before
Time immemorial.
time immemorial. So that before the 1500s, that I love FBA. I have family members that have been, but I just so happen to be an American Indian. That should not be a fucking problem.
Shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Should not be a problem at
For
all.
a lot of people, that's a problem. Well, you ain't no bet. See, this that same little old shit right there. We're gonna kind of come on, act it out. You ain't better than nobody. That's the nigga in belly with the banana in their mouth. Like,
Oh,
I don't like that shit.
Rico. I don't like that shit
I
right
don't like
there.
that shit at all.
Yeah, we got to drop a dime on that nigga.
You gotta drop the item. So, and then what's crazy is that said individual would be like, no, that's in reverse. I'm like,
We ain't gonna even talk about. We ain't gonna even talk about. Oh, see, yeah, that's too deep. I ain't gonna even go there. I ain't gonna go there. That's what I'm saying. They ain't ready, Will. They ain't Willis.
man,
They ain't ready, man. They don't want to have these serious conversations. You know what I'm saying?
you
Oh,
want to
it was
move
other
the
Africans
goalposts.
that sold black people into slavery. Okay, you say it was other black people who sold other black people. Okay, I give you that. I give you that.
Fine.
What about the black people here who
Thank you.
continually sell us
That's
into
it.
slavery?
That is it. The when you got, we could use Malcolm X, we could use even our grandfathers and grandmamas and everything. They told us one thing. Man, we done sit up here and save these people lives. Goddamn, taught them how to farm and hunt and eat and eat. This is a very harsh territorial land. It's not easy to come here and this is why you know that people don't know shit about America. My granddaddy, Daddy Will, both my granddaddies, the Smiths, the Crosby, the Lassers, the Willises, all of them knew how to do one thing in this land: go anywhere they wanted to go, eat in the woods, hunt, do every fucking thing they want to do, get in a canoe and do a boat, goddamn, run business, take care of house and home. Ain't gotta have a motherfucking dollar and can catch 20 fish and feed everybody, scrape up a couple of pennies, get a loaf of bread. Motherfucker, we was all Jesus. You stupid motherfuckers. You pressed us,
Rest in peace
pushed
to my
us,
granny.
tried to break us, and understand that you didn't know one thing. This our land. Everything that's worth the fuck come to us. That's when you just so happen to be a part of the land. How could they survive? How could they go so long? What had they back? Motherfucker, God.
By divine order. By divine order. It's supposed to be this way. You can fight against it as much as you want to. You can say whatever you want to say. But and that's crazy because when I used to get into these arguments with some of my lesser melanated friends, some of my Caucasian friends, whatever, at the end of it all, you know, even in times where they felt like they got off and they might have won, I always killed it with this. I always killed it with this. At the end of the day, nature will correct itself. Period. Point blank.
And we ain't
Nature
got
will
and
correct
you
itself.
know, that's so beautifully
And you
said.
can fight against it forever. But nature,
We'll
by and by, whether or
by
not I see it or not, nature will correct itself.
and by.
Period. Point.
But also, I want to add to that because we got to get up out of here, man. I think we have done such a. I love you, man. I think this was supposed to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, when life deals you what it's supposed to deal you,
I
and you
gotta
have
get on the ball, man. I gotta get on the ball, bro.
man, we gonna get there, man. But I just gonna make this one little solid ass punt right here. Let me get the TikTok back going. Let me see here. Yeah. Oh shit. Here we go. I gotta do that again. All right. So, but basically, what we really boiling it down to is, you have to be authentic. You have to be when you get out here and you start talking your shit or saying whatever you gotta say and however you're trying to get out of whatever you're trying to do. Authenticity is the rooted part of whatever you're trying to get off into. My brother, Nicholas Cox Chronicles representation. Man, he's I just can't wait to do more. Uh, I'm happy that you were able to see my struggles and how even some people that were mean you for good would try to sabotage you. So you got some of these agent provocateurs, that you try to let, you see good in people, but people are master uh, uh, maskers and manipulators. They'll try to use you as an apparatus to catapult themselves or get their agenda done. But we have to have the eyes and the mindset to identify said individuals. So you got anything you want to add to that, my brother, before we get up out of
Mm.
here?
All I got to say, the lips of wisdom are open to the ears of understanding. That's my final thought on it.
Beautifully
Those
said.
that's supposed to hear and understand will hear and understand. The lips of wisdom are open to the ears of understanding. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
So as y'all see today, as it is defined, my brother, Nicholas Cox Chronicles, we will be doing great work, better work together. We will make sure that we will never falter, uh, or the Will This podcast will never be weakened by infiltrators and people with their own agendas. Now, we don't degrade, we don't downgrade, we let people be on their merry way, and we wish the best for them in every way, every way.
What?
Salute. But
So,
when it comes to, what I'm saying, outvaluing yourself and overplaying your hand, you just not you ain't in the equation no more. So I had to show you how, I have a plethora of greats. All I had to do was motivate. So anything else, Nick, before we send them off to the sunset tonight?
no, man, no, man. It was a pleasure, and I appreciate your fervor for 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 making sure I get on with you because man, you know how reluctant I've been. You know how resistant I've been to camming up and getting on with you because like yeah, I just like I said, yeah, the lips of wisdom are open to the ears of understanding. And I don't feel like it's a whole lot of understanding out there. So I was real reluctant and hesitant to even get on here, man, because I just oh but I'm here, bro. And like I said, we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling.
You here now? Everything else is old news, Phil. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. For sure. I drink to that. For sure.
I'm saying everything else old news. We're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Me and my brother gonna get back on and orchestrate some things that we got to get, because you gotta understand, I'm a back end person. I'm trying to, you know, my brother. We've been knowing each other for, like I said, almost 30 years, so we kind of know steps, next moves. We know how to do things that y'all gonna see, man. Y'all gonna catch up. But anyway, that's the show tonight. And I hope you understand why these pivotal moves needed to be made. So anyway, this is the show. The aftermath. New beginnings. Let me go ahead and put my graphics up here so we're solidified. Boom. God damn it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? We already know what it is tonight. So let me go ahead and this is the badges right here. We got a new alumni spitter with us. This is my friend, been my friend. He's been a part of the show before the beginning. If y'all really want to know the truth, he's been a part of the show before the beginning. Sometimes you gotta have a people that you can get good counsel from, that can add, and then when they see
Good
what
old
you,
think tank. Good old think tank.
yeah, man, you've been a part of this
Old
thing.
brain trust for you.
Yeah, straight up. So, hey, y'all, check it out, man. That's the show tonight. We got more work to do, but I'm gonna tell you and promise you this: the world is yours. Don't ever forget that shit. But we popping with new things, new year, new shit, 2026.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Cox Chronicles.
2026.
Let's get it. 2026 Cox Chronicles Willis Podcast. Hey, we hashtagging it, we getting it, we vibing it, we gonna keep on motherfucking going. Y'all better stay tuned, goddamn. Ain't bullshit. Peace.